Hello, people. I'm João. Yeah, that's my name, and I'm a very good strathunter, as people say. I think I am, and I'm here to give a talk to Torrbullen, one of the best runners in the game. And go ahead.
Okay, no, that was great. Yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it. So, I guess what I'm first curious about is, I mean, this is kind of the question I like asking the most, and that is, how did you get into speedrunning?
So I don't remember very well how it happened. I remember that I'm always in the glitches and searching every corner. But I think the first speedrun that I watched was something like Mario or Zelda type of stuff. And that always fascinates me, like the stuff that they do and what is possible in the games that we played. See the different type of stuff that is possible. I don't know if you going to question me about why Ratchet, but it was my childhood. Like it was my first game that I played.
Wait, to clarify, Ratchet was your first game, or that?
Yeah, Ratchet.
Okay.
Ratchet 3 was my first game that I got and played. My father bought me that game when I was coming from a party when I was like 5 years old, and I remember very well playing that game and not knowing anything what I was doing in that game too. So those games were my favorite, like Ratchet 3, Strat 3, or I've played also RaC 1 demo. I also played like Deadlocked, even though I never finished it because I don't know if it was the disc fault or if it was me not knowing the game, but I was stuck in a planet. I don't know why. Never finished. But yeah, as many speedrunners games are like that. The nostalgia get into you.
Yeah.
You get into the game.
A very common.
It's like how you get into this game too.
Are you asking me how I got into it?
Yeah.
Well, so the interesting thing is, I actually didn't get into Ratchet speedrunning first. I guess, like, playing wise, it was Ratchet, but from watching speedruns, it was actually, I watched a Half-Life segmented video, Half-Life 1. It really, I literally just saw it like in my YouTube recommendation, I think. That's how I saw it. And I was like, holy shit, this looks sick. Because I was really into source games, like CSGO and whatever else, you know? And a common mechanic in CS or source games is surfing and b-hop. And you use those in Half-Life, which I thought was very cool. That was kind of my introduction to it. But then with time, it didn't go much further than that at the time. I was like, oh, that's neat. And then I kind of just moved on with my life. But then at some point again, I got curious about speedrunning again because I got reminded of it. And I was like, I wonder if there's other games people speedrun. And then I guess at some point I just thought like, I guess I wonder what Ratchet looks like. Because that is what I remember as my main like childhood game, which was Ouya as well. It was that in Crash. I wasn't as interested in Crash. I think I have less memories of it. I was probably too young at that point to like remember much. But yeah, and at some point I just stumbled upon like a Zem run in GDQ or something.
The same happened to me. Like
Yeah.
I was into like turret clipping into the Insomniac Museum stuff, like that glitch that they called.
Yeah.
The funny story is that you know those alarms that red thing that in Phoenix, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was scared of that because I was trying to clip into the Insomniac Museum with the turret, and I think the game or the police is got in me. I don't know, but yeah, I was also very into that type of glitches, and
Yeah.
I was thinking, what is the speedrun from this game? And I see like a Zen video. I know the first Zen video that I watched, it was day one tutorial of Idiot.
Oh, the Quark
Whereas,
side out tutorial.
yeah, Quark said that.
Yeah.
The video was like them saying like, if you are in this video, I'm better than you. If you are in the future and you beat my world records, I like whatever. For this,
Actually, didn't I have like kind of a vague memory of this as well. I think I also watched this when I was like not doing speedruns, but when I was interested in like watching it.
yeah.
That is funny you mentioned that. But actually, I wanted to ask before we go on. You mentioned already that like you find glitches particularly interesting. So
Yeah,
I guess you kind of notice this with speedrunners sometimes, but I feel like there's two types of runners. There's either like movement runners or there's like glitch runners, right? Would
yeah.
you? What is it about glitches that are like that really speaks to you? I guess.
I like movement too, but I always get that feeling when you are not supposed to do a thing and you do a thing.
Yeah, it's like a rule breaking.
I like that. I like see new stuff too. It's what makes that fun to me.
Yeah, I'm sure at least people in the RaC community know this. But why do you play on Vita specific?
Yeah. So I always wanted the Vita. It was when it came out in 2012, I think. For my birthday, my parents got me that, and I always played on that. It was like my go-to to play games. Like I have experience in that, like from the huge scene of Minecraft. I was playing Minecraft back then, like the online part, multiplayer mini games. I was very good at it. One of the best. I had a community back then.
Oh, really?
With the Minecraft PvP
okay.
multiplayer. Yeah, I was very good. Ratchet specifically, I bought that game thinking it was a new game. Initially, I wanted a new game for PS Vita, and I saw Ratchet in the store, and I see like it's. Thank God I didn't buy it. It was the full frontal assault.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
you dodged the bullet.
God I didn't buy it, but at the time I was a bit sad because
you were expecting a new game, right?
Yeah, I was expecting a new game, and I bought Ratchet 3, 2, and 1. I didn't even know it. The series had 1 and 2, so I was kind of sad because I already played the Ratchet 3. But I liked the Ratchet 1 and 2. From brief period of time, I liked the 2. Yeah, when I was curious about the speedrunning stuff, it was my main console to play games, and I had that game in Vita. So I was trying to do the stuff that I see in the videos in the Vita, because
Yeah.
I was already playing a lot on Vita and very good at the controls on that console.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it goes on.
you would say it's because it's kind of out of convenience, but also because you're just used to the Vita, because you've used it for so long.
Yeah, I played so many hours on that. So yeah, I think I don't need like a PS3 or any other console.
Actually,
I have a PS2 too.
Do you have plans on getting a PS3 ever?
No, actually, I think I can do whatever the PS3 can do in my Vita, so I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like just about everything that is in Vita applies to PS3. Isn't it like a similar operating system? If not the same,
it's not the same operating system.
But it's probably not, yeah, it's not the same, but it's probably quite similar, I would assume.
Yeah, like the main things I use, it's like the plugins that Vita have. Like you can see memory, edit memory, make sheets like for strathunting.
Yeah,
it's very useful. Like I can say that everything you can do on a PS3, I can do in Vita, but there's like difference in the game, specifically in RaC 3.
Yeah,
there's some differences, but they are minor. So I don't feel like I have to get the PS3.
I mean, you probably don't. I mean, I guess it is the same port, like it's the same game.
Yeah,
because the port is different from like the PS2 version.
Yeah,
so
it still have a bit of differences from the PS3, but
yeah, not enough for you to like care.
Noticeable.
Yeah. I was gonna ask what sparked your interest in strat hunting, but actually, I guess we could ask that. Yeah. Like, was there any specific instance or anything that like led you down the strat hunting route? I guess of doing things.
So I've already said that I was into glitches and like game breaking stuff.
Yeah.
I was always fascinated with that type of stuff. But yeah, like when I got into the game, I was already testing stuff, seeing like videos in YouTube of righteous stuff that was posted. Like I got into the speedrunning scene in 2019, and I was very interested. Like every time a video was dropping about the strat, I was passionate about it and testing stuff and doing every possible thing with that stuff. I was already into that scene.
Would you say that it started like basically as soon as you started like glitch hunting?
Yeah, I always liked that type of stuff. You know, I think it's that passion that I have that is crucial. That I have got into strat hunting. That passion for games, game breaking stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess to lead into the next question, would you say that you prefer strat hunting to like doing actual runs, or because I know a lot of people might notice that you don't run typically like that often. You most of the time that we see you, you're just strat hunting. Is there any reason?
Yeah, I find it more fun like that. Don't get me wrong, I like speedrunning too, but I think it has to be healthy and like when I find it fun or I want to show something, and that is the thing that I get from it.
So when you speedrun, you're not you're not really interested in the time. You're more interested in showcasing. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I like to show the stuff. And for example, I'm trying to get a 27 in any percent Kiwi.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Unfortunately, my Vita kind of broke. Like I can't record the stuff. I got a replacement. I have to do a replacement of the motherboard, so that's unfortunate.
It might take a time.
It's also the reason that I'm stopped a little bit.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. You want to do the next question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this one is, I think, particularly interesting to me because this is something I wanted to like talk about, not in terms of strat hunting, but in terms of like speedrunning and like more about like learning. But what I'm interested in is what is your strat hunting process? Could you take us through your thoughts when you like go about discovering something?
Yeah. So there's different types of strats that you can find. You know, like there is no new stuff. There is like optimizations. There is like you lab something out. You can find like movement. So there's different types of uh, strat processes that you can take from that. But I think the mostly general stuff that I think this it's important is like to write everything up on a note, or write the thing that you're trying to find. Like you have to develop that logical path. You have to like get every idea. This is a complex question because
yeah, no, I understand. This is probably gonna be the longest answer to a question because like this one entails a lot of things. What is so let's say you have like a theory or something and you want to like where do you start from there?
So the first thing is the idea. You have like a lot of ideas, mostly don't work, and that's fine because you get the experience that you need, and that's I think the most important stuff because every time you try stuff, you get more ideas, and those ideas you get more ideas, and that's like a chain reaction.
Right.
And like if you're trying to find something specific, be logical about the thing that you're trying to search. I think that's the most important advice. And also trying stuff. For example, like the Mercadia LDF, I had to try a lot of ideas. You can see it in the Zen video. The ideas was right. That was the real ideas that I had. Those ideas were not the best ones because was in the early days of my strathunting career. You know, you have to try stuff. You have to fail it, and you can call it lucky if you find some stuff, but in the reality, you have put in the hours and the ideas and the strats.
Yeah. Could I ask you so earlier you mentioned that you need to think about following the logical path. Could you like explain a little bit more what you mean by that? Like how do you logically go about solving the strat, I guess?
I learned that from the first thing that I posted in RaC Discord was like the dropship checkpoint. It was like that was completely logical. Like initially, I was trying to do whatever come into my mind and try again, and expecting different stuff. But I inspected every detail. I've understand how the game works, how like the checkpoint system. You have to understand like how the dropship works and that type of stuff. You have to test every bit of stuff and then understand what you're trying to do. So I've tested like the dropship, how it works, and applied that knowledge from the dropship that I can test. Like when you kill yourself in the mud,
Yeah.
you get soft locked in the dropship,
Mm-hmm.
and I see that, and I logically applied that to the dropship in the LDF. So that type of stuff, you have to think about that stuff.
So basically, you're like you find something, some like maybe unexpected behavior, and your thought is like, okay, this logic is going to be consistent, right? How can I apply this in other places? Is that the logic you're using in that like specific case? Of course.
As I said, there is different type of stuff. Like if you want to find like a movement type of stuff, you're not getting logical. You just do
yeah, that's true. If it's like a movement optimization, you're probably just gonna like try a bunch of things, and then you eventually just like test. You time it. You find out that like, okay, no, this is just the fastest thing.
For new stuff, and specifically like know how the thing works, like Quarp.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a new development in Quarp, but I can't record the video, so I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
So from that, those type of stuff, I think it's better if you're logical.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be best to be logical about things if we're working in like a deterministic environment, because the games are like what we consider a glitch isn't like, it's not like a bug in the computer or whatever. It's more accurate to call it like an oversight by the developers. So usually there is like there's going to be holes or oversights, right, that you can take advantage of.
The thing that I'm trying to say is like to understand the stuff that you are looking for, or like you get an idea and that idea can not work, but if you adjust some things and know how that thing works, you can call it luck, but you have tested like every possible thing about that thing, so it's not luck, it's the process, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, I'm still curious about like, I guess to make some sort of comparison here, so you can try and see if you can if you resonate with this. I like to think of like the way that I learn things, or the way that I try to solve things. I try to follow a scientific method of like, what is the goal? What variables do I have? And like working from there, right? So if your goal is to do, I don't know, like when I was labbing boxes, for example, my goal was just to find something so that I know what kind of ballpark I'm working with. And then from that point out, I want to isolate the variables so I can like try and figure out, okay, like what seems to have an impact on the result, after doing the boxy, right? Is there any sort of similar methodology that you use when you strat find?
Yeah, I follow the scientific stuff that I learned also.
So you would say you do it very similarly, or?
Yeah, that thing that you are referring to, you are like isolating stuff and doing stuff. That's what I'm saying when like trying new ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and be logical about it. Like you are you are trying to understand how that thing works, and that's all about it.
I think I kind of get it then.
Like as I said, from movement stuff, from like sometimes you get lucky for finding a shit, like I don't know, let me see, anything that I found. Yeah, I don't know, because those things come with the strats, the ideas, and those ideas come with the experience of the game, like the passion that I have, like to try everything, know everything. Like I've searched the entire Discord for videos or
for clues and
yeah, that gives experience, and that is really important for strathunting too. The runs that you watch too. Sometimes when you watch a run, you get the idea.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to this, or you feel like
Let me see.
do you feel like you've answered the question set in a satisfactory way?
I can give you an example.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, examples are great. They usually it makes it really easy to explain when you're using examples, because you can just like follow along.
I don't
and then you can
know if I'm being clear about it.
Yeah, it's hard. I honestly, when I was trying to explain it myself there, it was kind of, it's hard to put in words, because it's very much on like a case by case basis. Like you can't always apply the same logic to every single strat or trick or whatever, right?
Because they are different.
Yeah, sometimes you have to take a different approach. Like you said about, like, for example, movement is very much like, typically at least, it's you just try it and then time it, and then that's pretty much it. You just find out.
Yeah.
Doing it that way.
Yeah, you just have an idea and try it.
Yeah, but I imagine things like when you were trying to figure out ELDF, there was probably a lot of like steps involved. So fundamentally, ELDF works because of the dropship checkpoint thing, right?
Yeah.
That's like this first step of like, okay, how can we get this to happen? And then you try getting the what do you call it? What's it called? I don't even know what it's called. Refractor. And when you get the refractor, the game it moves the checkpoint right up, but it still keeps the behavior of the dropship, right?
Yeah, the way it works is like you get the dropship, the checkpoint of the dropship, so it spawns you always in the dropship.
Mm-hmm.
So when you grab the refractor, it moves you up like from 245 or whatever, or 240 to 311.
Wait, does it it teleports you up?
Yeah.
Okay. And when it does that, that's when the dropship moves.
Yeah, and the dropship loads, and as you add the checkpoint on the dropship, it just spawns you there.
Yeah, so once you figure that out, then it's like, okay, well, now the goal isn't to like get the dropship there anymore. Now it's like, okay, but how do we get Ratchet to get the refractor?
Yeah, that was my.
So you're kind of working backwards, actually.
Yeah, because I had that logical idea that I said already.
Mm-hmm.
That logical idea that you can do that stuff, but I don't knew how to get to there without X or tier flips.
Yeah, you just knew there was a theoretical way to do this.
Yeah, so you have to get ideas in from experience, as I said, watching videos.
Yeah.
It was like pretty obvious, I think, one idea, like the bounce idea, I think, in my opinion. but there can be other ideas, like instead of bouncing, you can like suck the crate up and jump and suck the crate up and jump. There's like a ton of ideas that can do that thing. So you have to think what is better, what is the best way to do that.
No.
And sometimes it can be like miles away. It's very difficult. Like if you like how the fuck you get like 90 height and without a task, you have to like try new stuff and be ready to try new stuff. Like I had to learn on how to do tasks, like to get the strat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess at some point, once you realize it's like possible, like through tasking, for example, is how you did it first, right? You did probably not a very easy boxy, and then you probably did some frame perfect charges, I assume, and then you bounced onto the building, like in like a not how we would do it now, but then that makes it clear that like, okay, yeah, you can do it, but now it's like, how do we? Now the goal is not as much as like getting there. Now it's more like, how do we make this more feasible to do runs?
Couldn't do it. That was like a show stuff. But I continued. I have persisted. I persisted. Like that's the most important thing. You can't be afraid of trying stuff, and you have to keep trying stuff logically. Like if you believe in something, you have to keep trying and not give up. Like I tried a bit more than I expected and what I wanted. Like I think I was a bit over trying the thing, but then I got the bounce on the tower, the other tower, to work. And it was like refreshing, like try new things. So from there, it was like trying a lot of stuff, and then I got the glide that I wanted. So it's about trying a lot of stuff, and eventually you got that stuff that you wanted, and you are lucky that way.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like you answered this question. I feel like I at least understand pretty much how you process things. Yeah, I'd say I'm satisfied. Unless you want to add something to this, then you can probably just move on. So I guess I'm curious. What would you say is your like biggest achievement or like the coolest strat you found?
So the best thing I think my achievement is like the PS Vita stuff. Like I get the PS Vita to be one of the worst consoles to play the game to, like the fastest stuff that you can get on the game. The RaC 3. Like I get the Vita to be faster in 90% NG plus, both NG plus and no Kiwi. Even though some things are banned, but I think that stuff is like because the PS3 players are too scared of
that is true. They are too scared.
So I think that's a win. Yeah, that's the biggest achievement. Like the best find, I think, is like the thing that I found like 5 months ago. I think, yeah, it was the QE thing that you go to Veldin to command center with Kiwi, like because that thing.
Oh yeah,
I don't have, yeah. I don't have the experience in computer science stuff. I have a degree in biomedical engineering, so the most thing that I do is programming, like simple Python or C.
Yeah.
And I had to learn like how the memory stuff are made, how the games work, and different type of memory stuff. So I learned that, and without Ghidra, I looked into the RAM and understand every single byte because I wanted to find something about QE. And this is an example how I found things logically or other type of stuff. Because firstly, I wanted to find a QE thing, and I looked to missions and the values there weren't in the favor. Like they were a bit far off of the Vita of the QE range.
Yeah.
From missions, there is a value of missions that I could try, but that didn't work very well. So I found like a address of a loading the address to load like the planet in the ship. So that address like is in the range of QE. So I tested that that address, and it was out of range in the QE. So it was in between the gaps in QE stuff. So I searched around that part of the memory and found like that thing, the menu type thing that pops the menu that you want. So I had to test every byte, like seeing the hexadecimal memories in numbers in RAM to understand how the game worked and how the menu behaved.
Yeah.
And for a miracle, or I don't know, that thing worked perfectly. I don't. Sometimes in strats, I don't know if you get that, but sometimes in strats they seem that they were made like they were the stars align for that thing to work. You know that sometimes I think you get the luck that the things worked that way, and that thing I had to test a lot of things to make that work, but the way that glitch with QE work is like a miracle because there's a lot of things that could go wrong, and me being able to discover that thing, I think is like a miracle because a lot of things could go wrong there.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly where you're hinting at. But there are some like strats and tricks that are like so close to not working, but they just barely manage to work, and it kind of feels like it's a miracle.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Another strat that I think that is like the levels stack thing on Aridia where you get the bolt.
Yeah.
In Starship Phoenix.
Exactly.
That thing is like the right terrain. The bolt is like around the mud for you to kill it faster. It's like
perfect.
Mind blowing. Yeah.
Because it could have been just like, I mean, who knows? It could have just been way higher up. You could never reach it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, they would never have that.
The other The only other planet that is feasible is Mercadia, and you have to do like 50 IJs or whatever
Yeah.
to get there. So it's like very cool.
It is cool when it just like aligns like that sometimes. Very satisfying.
The other strat that I'm proud about is the Mercadia LDF thing, because it taught me about persistence, not giving up, and think about the things that you are doing, and
Yeah.
it's about that.
Okay. I have a question. Have you ever thought of strat hunting outside of the RaC series?
Not really, because I'm not passionate about those games. Like, I don't feel like, because when some threat comes up in RaC 3, I like test it and go around, mess around.
Mm-hmm.
Those games don't have the thing that I'm passionate about, like to do that stuff.
You just don't. You just don't have investment in anything else, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't. Those things don't motivate me. I think.
Okay.
It's about the fun and the.
You just don't have fun
The
if it's not
strats
ratchet.
also. Yeah, I like the game. I sometimes mess around, but I don't stick to it. You know.
Mm-hmm. You say ratchet is like the game that you, or you do you think you're not ever gonna stop?
That the passion is running away a bit. Like with some life stuff going on, I like the the passion runs a bit. Like it's not the same when I started.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get these goals that I'm doing, that I have, like getting the 27.9% and dropping some strats that I have in queue.
In the backlog. Yeah.
Because the Vita broke and I can record stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not like stopping. I'm slowing down. You see that a year or so, I slow down a bit, but I'm not. No, I don't think I'm gonna stop. I want to play time to time when I reach my goals in this game. I think also I reached every goal that a strike hunter can get in these games. Like I found like movement stuff. I found like a way to do infinity jumps. I found like made the Vita faster. I found like the sequence break. I found like a game breaking glitch with level smashing, with level stacking.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to do.
But you feel like you're running out of ideas a little bit, or
like if I can get a lot of ideas if I can, but it's like the passion is running out a bit, and yeah, not I'm not investing like that much time in the game that I was to do 2 years or 1 year ago.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I'm a little bit curious about what ideas you have for Ouya. Do you have any like theoretical like super strats that you want to find that you think could be possible? Like some like big skips.
I don't think like there is definitely big skips in the longer categories. You can see also QE stuff and QE stuff, because QE is not explored very well, because only a few people know the QE 3 stuff.
Yeah.
And level smashing also, there is a lot of stuff that people didn't research or search or everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in those two, I think there is a lot of potential. New stuff is always going to be fun, like optimizations, like you can see it everywhere.
Yeah.
The optimizations are like inevitable. I think that's how it's said.
Yeah. I mean, the game is always going to be optimized. We're going to keep getting more optimized. But do you have like, I guess what I'm more curious about is like, do you have like a skip you want to find? Like any, like, is it like, is there a part of the game that you're like, I kind of wish there was a skip for this?
I don't think that's that there is a thing like that anymore, like a holy grail. But I think there is a big skips that can be found, like the crystal stuff in all collectibles.
The sewers.
It can be, with level smashing. I think
Okay.
that's the thing. The thing that I'm trying to do is to get Mercadia in under 1 minute. Shoot us. I'm not going to do it without it. I think that's
without tasks is that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I have tested a strat that I'm planning to release it this year from Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
Hopes that it works. One part of the strat works. Now just have to test it the other part. But if that works, it's going to be under 1 minute. So that's going to be fine.
Okay.
But it's only through tasks. I don't think you can do that.
Well, I mean, it's interesting nonetheless and fun. No, but I like that you're giving us a sneak peek into this.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it can be like, I don't be surprised if it's done like by humans, but it's not going to be sub-minute, I think.
Yeah, that is a common pattern sometimes where people will say like, this strat will never be done in runs, and then eventually you'll see that, oh, never mind, people are doing it. But yeah, that's cool. I guess I only really have I think one more question. What would you say to new runners or strat hunters? Like, do you have any tips for them on like what to focus on in order to improve?
I think the best thing is to try new stuff. Like, don't be afraid to try hard stuff. Get fun with the game also. Because if you want to be the best, I think you have to be passionate about the game. You have to put a lot of hours. And yeah, I think it's like, don't overthink stuff and don't blame the game. Just practice it, and you will be better if you practice it and stop fucking call out the game for not working.
Yeah, that's probably something I could learn a little bit from. I know I sometimes rage a lot when I know, like, in hindsight, obviously, when I'm not enraged, that like you could never really blame the game. Like, the game literally just responds to your inputs. Like, it's not doing anything wrong technically.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like RNG, but
yeah, but that's very rare. Any upcoming plans for the future other than fixing your Vita? I guess that would be one plan.
Yeah, I need to fix my Vita and like get, as I said, the queue of threats that I have to come out. Like, it's not a lot, but a few, because it's difficult to like record all of the things and like explain and know about that thing. It's hard to like have time to record the thing and etc. But I will manage to do that when I get the Vita fixed. So yeah, there's that thing, and there's that the 27 in any percent, and I think that's my goals.
Mm-hmm. So
Maybe
clear the backlog and get the 27. Pretty much it.
Yeah, and yeah, do the Mercadia thing.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like you have some plans.
I'm going to slow down a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Like I will always play the game time to time. I think if I have fun, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm here always to support and things.
I do think you're correct. Like, you're going about it the correct way. If you're, the strat hunting is going to be a very time consuming hobby. So if you're not enjoying it, you're just not going to be able to put the hours in. It's just how it works. You're going to need to have fun with it. Otherwise, you just...
I don't know if people know how time consuming strathunting is. I don't know if it's more than speedrunning, but it's like that. A bit of time, a bit of the times. The strats take hours and hours to get through and work. And also, I think another question that gets asked a lot is how the strat hunters find this stuff. It's the hours that we make, the community that's important, the other strat hunters that get the knowledge, and we get that chain of logical stuff, and get the ideas and the experience from the other players and the community, and that gives us the way to find new stuff, you know.
Okay. That was all the questions that I had prepared. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I thank the community for manage to support me and always cheering for me for finding stuff. It's always not as it's shown, like it's not always uh, as easy as it is, like it takes hours. So I thank you for that, for appreciate my thing that I do, the thing that I do, and I think that's also a bit important in a community, is like give the people motivation to do the stuff. And that's it. Thank you for having me, and expect a bit more that I'm posting this year. It's going to be fire, and yeah.
All right, cool.